another beautiful evening, a Thursday evening like we do it all the time on Rings That Bind. I am your host, Nancy Oblete. I'm a marriage coach and a behavioral change expert. And remember that this show, Rings That Bind, is brought to you by Bridge Africa Magazine, Home of Bliss Incorporated, and Panacea Ville International. We do this to inspire young couples, to inspire those who are married and are probably having it a bit tough, to know that there is hope, there's a way to make marriage work. We bring couples to share their stories so that you draw inspiration, you also draw learnings from their experience and use it to make your own marriage work. And of course, if you need help to move further, you don't know what to do, you are unsure, you know that you can always reach out to you and we are able to help you cross that road, that bridge, that crossroad, or whatever it may be. So on the show today, like always, we have a guest, we have a couple who are here to share with us their experience so far in their marriage. Please join me, welcome Mr. and Mrs. Andrew Adejoh Abel to Rings That Bind. Welcome, sir and ma.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so before we go into the conversation, we'd like to know a bit about each of you, what you do, and a little about your family too.
Okay. My name is Andrew. I'm married to my beautiful wife, Miss Helen. And then she's from Edo State, while I'm from Kogi State. We went to school, and then we dated for like 7 years before we got married. And then I got a job with a financial institution in Kano. I was transferred to Kaduna. 1 year after after the job, we got married, and here we are today.
Wow, fantastic. Yes, ma, so let's get to meet you too.
Nice having you, ma.
Yes.
I'm Andrew, Mrs. Helen Andrew specifically. So, by the grace of God, I'm married to this handsome man here. The lovely husband has been a wonderful man to me right from school days to date. Has been so wonderful to me. And again, we got married 2013, 6th of July 2013. And ever since then, he has been so lovely. It has been a wonderful family. And I appreciate God for that.
Wow, fantastic. Fantastic. Nice to meet you. You know, just like you, my husband and I also met in school and all. So we have a tradition here. Before we go into our conversations, I get to know what marriage has been. We always want to hear the love story. How did you meet? What was the person that attracted you to each other, and why did you decide that it is her or it is him to settle down together?
Well, back then in school, I was trusting God because my dad always says something that whenever you are in school, whether as a guy or as a lady, you're supposed to meet your life partner from the school. So I was searching. I had a friend I loved, and then it didn't work out. So the very first day I saw her in my hostel, that very day I knew that she's the one. And then wow. I didn't just her, I made her to be my friend, and then I drew myself close to her, started, teaching her things that has to do with academics, read together, do a lot of things together. Along the line, I didn't even know how the whole thing started, and then we fell in love.
Wow. Fantastic. Yes, but is there anything you want to add to this story? At least let's know your own impression of him when you met and all.
So when we met, although I was not actually, I went to their hostel to visit one of his friends. So on getting there, I saw him. He also saw me. I don't know, maybe, now, guys now. So we're not like friends. Whenever I come around, he will say, hi, 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 hi. I was his friend. Like, I was trying to ask me out, but he has not really mention it by pump, play. But I know there is something this man I want to tell me. Though that may be first thing that I forced that one to like talk to me that he is interested. Ever since then, so we now become friends. You know, let's be friends first before any relationship. Although then I have not entered school. I was not in school then. I was just like a secondary school. I was not out of secondary school. I've not gotten admission. Then I was working with one company like that where we sell recharge card, all this blah 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 blah. So he was one that saw me through my secondary school. But after I finished the secondary school, well, I didn't write WAEC. It was one that put me through WAEC examination, and I got admission into school. It was one that saw me through school. He has been a wonderful husband to me. He saw me through school, all my school skills, everything. He was the one that did it.
Serious? Wow.
He was the one that paid everything for me ever since then in school. So after school, don't remember when you're in school, there will be toasters, this, that, temptation with there and here. There are other guys that will call me, blah, blah, I want you. But the glory of God, here we are today.
Wow. So please, I'm interested. They say regularly, I hear this if you sponsor a girl, she may end up not marrying you and all those things. Was that, did you entertain any of that fear at all while you were doing all that for her?
Actually, I didn't entertain that fear because I have this strong conviction that she's my wife. You understand? My moves was towards, I could remember there was the time I took her out, we sat in a place and we were planning, and I said, because I hustle a lot all throughout my school, virtually apart from the school fees, I take care of myself because I do home things, like any lecture that is on Friday, 2 o'clock, Saturday, I don't attend those lectures. So I hustle a lot. So to some extent, I can say I'm financially buoyant while in school. So I could remember a particular time we have to like sit to discuss how we can settle down as husband and wife. And as at that time, it's not like I'm kind of doing a very good job, but I know I can take care of her. So I was not entertaining any fear of whether she will leave me or not. Though I listened to a particular pastor that says, if you are helping a lady, help her because you want to help her, not because you have intention to marry her or not. Understand? Because actually, I was even trying to dodge this part that she mentioned. But since she has already mentioned it, let me lay emphasis on it a little. When I met her, the condition I met her auntie took her from the village with intention to sponsor her education and everything. But unfortunately, she couldn't do that, maybe for her personal reasons or financially, or I don't know. But when I saw her doing business in a school environment, and I was like, can't you can do this instead of attending to students, working for somebody, you can do this, And then from there, I to come in with my church mind, and then I started assisting her, doing what I can do. I think I can remember even while she was in school, whenever she's on break, I went to market, get an umbrella, I bought an umbrella, and she was selling recharge card. Instead of working for somebody, she started working for herself, earning something. So whatever she was doing, I augment and like that. So, and then
wow,
that's
like, this is amazing. This is sweet. So what about friends? No friend was telling you, guy, are you sure you're not making a mistake? This one, you're putting all your resources here. If this girl disappoints you, no, but your friends, what were their response to this?
To be candid, most of my friends really love her.
Okay, wow.
Like 90% of my friends that I support of it.
Like, why in school? I was not that I cook for them, they eat, I was the type, so I wasn't.
Oh wow. Okay, so here's a secret. Like you were warming up to his friends. They were also becoming your friends, and then you had this good relationship with them. So they loved you, and it was okay. Whatever he did for you, wow, amazing. This is a beautiful story. See, thank God we asked. At least somebody is learning something. First off, I think it's really important that when we are dating people, we also get close to their friends, get to know who their friends are, because their friends also can give us insight into who we are dating, because you will know the kind of people that he works with and the kind of people she works with. If you are not comfortable with their friends, it's okay. One or two is okay. But if you are not comfortable with all his friends or all her friends, then maybe that's not a place for you. Because it's wrong to come into a relationship and want to pull a guy or pull a girl away from their friends. It's like you're asking the person to be somebody else because of you. If their friends, their circle does not go well with you, then maybe you don't belong in that circle. But then if you do, then make the efforts, reach out and extend a hand to them, because it will just be amazing. It will help the relationship blossom. One thing I've also noticed is that when guys have a girl who their other friends like, it helps them stay more with that lady and to be more faithful and committed in the relationship, than if their friends are always complaining, please, that your babe is only you that knows what you are looking for there, or this girl is like this girl is like that. It will discourage the guy. No matter how he loves that lady, it will discourage him. It will begin to give him ideas to probably look for somebody else or cheat and all that. But if their friends are your loyalists, and it's two ways. Even if it's girls, her friends are the guys loyalists, they would advocate for you, they will speak to their friend for you, and it just helps the relationship move on. Okay, so let's get into your marriage. How was it when you brought in family, you brought in relatives? Were there objections? Did they like the idea from the beginning? What was it like?
Yeah, the first time I took my wife to my house, or rather my fiancée to my wife, to my house, and then after like 10, 20 minutes, she was able to adapt. And then my younger sister was to wash my dad's clothes. Then she picked up the clothes, washed the clothes, and then after the whole washing, the introduction and everything, I escorted her, she left. Then my younger ones told me, they said, Kai, this one, they are comfortable with that. And then my dad said, a lady to visit a man's family for the very first time. And then she was able to do these house choices and all of that, that they are cool with it.
Wow, amazing. Oh man, it's like you have a very good spirit. You know how to like associate with people really well. Yeah, yeah. Okay, what about your side, your family side?
So the first time we went there, when I narrated everything to my dad, he was the one that is the one that sponsored me in school. My dad was saying, wow, like I don't have no problem with him. He asked me which tribe is he. I said he's from Kogi State. He said, okay, it's you that brought him to me that you want to marry him. I have no objection. You can go ahead.
Wow, amazing. So how has the relationship been up to this date?
It has been wonderful. It has been so wonderful. I give glory to God. Although there are tough times in relationship, there's always ups and downs. But once there is trust and there is unity, I believe everything will go smoothly. God has been faithful in our marriage. Right from the day one we did, though when he lost his job, things started going somehow where I did not expect it to be. But a pastor called me one day and said, and Mommy Praise, because he called me Mommy Praise. You know, he started calling me my daughter. That was my pastor. He called, say, my daughter, come. Why are you being frustrated? Don't be frustrated. Just put all these things aside. It's my tarry, but joy comes in the morning. That was the word he gave me. It's even if you don't eat at home, wash your clothes. The best clothes you have in the house, wash it, iron it, and wear it. That word has been helping me right from when he lost his job till date.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk about this part of losing his job. How was it for you, sir? Considering that even before you got married, you have always been somebody who fend for yourself. You had been independent, and you had done a lot for yourself. Coming to a point in your life where you lost your job, and your wife had to like step in to help with financing in the house. How did it make you feel? What was your experience during that time?
Yeah, you see, it's not like I didn't prepare for, because if you are working in a financial institution, before such a thing will come up, you will be notified through their body language, or through mails, or through series of activities going on in the sector. So I am aware that it will come. So I was like preparing ahead. But unfortunately, this banditry, kidnapping stuff affected my line of business. As at
Mm.
when I was in the bank, I knew it would come. So I went to Niger State, Shiroro local government to be precise. I started farming. I farmed like 1 or 2 hectares of land, and then unfortunately, the people in charge of that business, they didn't manage it well for me. I recorded some losses. And then the following year that I was supposed to build on that, like persist and still do something, then kidnapping, banditry, the whole Shirolo local government became something else. So I couldn't
Mm.
access the place again. So the little money that was with me, I started doing 1 or 2 businesses. Like you can imagine, I traveled from Kaduna here down to close to Meduguri to get some goods, transport them down to Port Harcourt, sell them to earn living. I started doing all those kind of business. But unfortunately, it wasn't working the way I expected. Like one of the reasons why that particular business had to crash was because along Lokoja Road, the trailer almost somersaulted, and then I shouted the name of Jesus, and then the trailer bounced back, and then the accident was averted. And then the people in that trailer, they were all Muslim. I was the only Christian, and they didn't know that I'm a Christian. You understand? And then the way I shouted the name of Jesus, they woke up because it was in the night, and they were like, ah, so this guy, you're a Christian, you are this, and then you could see the difference. They started showing some behavior, change of attitude. So the whole money, everything started going down. The money I realized from the sector started going down. You have to pay school fees, you have to eat, businesses that you are not used to, you recorded some losses and all of that. So it wasn't easy. It was tough. And, as that time, I was already building. I'd roofed the house. We're planning to move into the house, and then all of these things. But when my wife stepped in, she immediately started teaching. She applied for a teaching job. She got it, and she started teaching. So something started coming in. And then there's this my friend in Niger. So he do supply her beans. She will go around offices, organization, family, friends, community. She'll be supplying beans. Whatever we make out of it, we use it to settle bills and all of that. And then, like this house that we are right now, it's our own house. You understand?
Mm.
Even the POP, everything, the proceed from that business she used to do some of these things.
No.
And then I was doing 2 things, but it was not just easy for us as a family, But we thank God.
Wow, amazing. So, Ma, how was it for you? I know that some women find it difficult to move from that place where they are cared for, nurtured, and everything to now begin to take a more serious role when it comes to provision and all. But now, given your history, where you're coming from, and all that he had sacrificed for you to go to school and all, how was the move for you? What was the experience moving from being taken care of to now also being a provider in the home?
I believe that if a man can take a bold step for you, you should be able to like do something good for the man. When I was in school, this guy helped me a lot. Online. Even when we got married on newly, I wasn't lacking anything. Whatever I need at home was always there. I give food out to people. So when there is no, so I should be able to like step into do something. I don't know, sometimes it's frustrating, quite sure. But if I look back, I think back, when he has it, he did something for me too. Why can't I do something too for him too? So that particular thing, I use it to encourage myself by doing more. Even if I don't have, I wouldn't mind to call my young elder ones. If you have, just help me out. I need it. And with that, that's been okay for us in the house.
Wow, amazing. That's something about gratitude, holding and having memories of appreciation and all. See how it has also helped even in a difficult time to understand that first off, he didn't create the situation and he's doing everything that he can. So I can also step in and fill in this gap for a while until all that is done. I also personally like the fact that the both of you are business minded. So you're not just thinking about, there's no employment, what will we do? But you are doing business, and then that because some of us around here, we feel like, I'm a graduate, so how can I be selling a PC from office to office? But the idea again to sell a PC.
Always business now. I wouldn't mind any business I say, I know you can bring in income. I wouldn't mind enter into it.
Wow,
it has been helping us in the house.
Amazing. And the funny thing is that it still shows the difference in our education still shows, because like other people would, if you didn't have the exposure, the knowledge to know you can actually approach offices, go to meet these people in their offices and sell to them, you'll probably be doing what every other person is doing, taking a goosey to the market. And some of these people that work in these offices find it difficult to come to the market. There's no time. So if somebody brings it there, even if the price is a little higher, they wouldn't mind paying than going to the market by themselves. It's amazing. I love that entrepreneurial spirit that came in to help with all that and raising the children. And I think that is also something that we can learn as young women and all. I find it troubling when I hear young women say that my money is my money, the husband will take care of the home, me is as I see fit. Yeah, maybe there was a world where the man was the sole provider, but as we continue to live in this world, we discover that especially if we want certain standards to be met and we are not marrying somebody who is already made up here, we would have to also in our own, like, work together, be a team. And I think that's the idea, be a team, to work together. So when one person is down, the other person lifts that person up. It's just like one of my favorite quotes from this ancient book of wisdom. It says that two is better than one, because if one falls, the other can lift him up. So that's one part of union, that the marriage union, that is really strong, that we can help each other at different points. When one person is down, the other person can step in and things can work. Fantastic. So we also talked about, now there's something you shared, sir, about your differences when it comes to parenting and how to discipline and raise children. Can you share some light into that?
Yes, for sure. You see, I am this type that believes that it's not until you shout on children before they will behave themselves. Sometimes my children can be misbehaving. I'll just look at her or look at him and then they will adjust. But in the case of my wife, she'll be like shouting, Richard, calling their names, and at times they will not even behave themselves. I call her, say, babe, come, this thing is not working. Why can't you learn from me? You understand? Though sometimes she would try, but after a while she will still go back to me. I feel then it wasn't. And to me, it's affecting her because she's exhausting her energy, to shout on them on something that she will just carry cane, or there's a way she can derive a better way of doing it. And then at the time she told me, she said, I want to train these children. Allow me to train these children. I said, maybe I want to train them. I want to give them the best. But this shouting, They are not listening to you. And then sometimes you'll be angry and a whole lot of that. But at least she's learning. Are you not learning?
So, Mama, let's get your own perspective about raising children, shouting, and all.
So, in my family, we shout a lot. I will not lie on that. Whenever we are talking, we think we are quarreling. It's not quarreling. That will just stop. Like the children per se. But if I talk to them deeply, they will not understand what I'm saying. They will never want to listen to me. I believe whenever I shout, praise Adrian, where are you? Come here, come and do something. They'll look at until I scream at them before they'll get up and go and do the work I asked them to do. So that is, I've already used it, that talking. I don't know why.
This is amazing. Like, and then it's interesting because difference in parenting styles is one of the 5 main reasons why couples have recurring conflicts, because one person is feeling like we have to raise them this way, another person is feeling like this way we have to raise them. And then one other thing is that how we were brought up will always reflect on how we bring up our children. So the belief that I came out well, therefore my parents must have done something well. We want to do the same to our children so that they also come out well, just like we came out well. But then also there's the place of margin, and that's where I want us to head. Like, how are you learning to work together, even despite the difference in how you want to raise your kids?
I think I've tried to like bend her and it's not working, and then I want to learn her pattern. Or probably learn how to use her own. It's not like shouting on them is bad per se, but it shouldn't be too much to the point that people have to hear your voice before the children will behave themselves. That's where I'm going. People must not hear. I want a situation whereby from 5 I'm coming, everybody will adjust. It's not as if I want to be that hard on them. No. See, the generation of children we are raising now cannot be compared to my generation or my father's generation. Things are changing. So you see, we have to like adapt to a particular method at which these children will understand us without shouting at them. That's where I want us to strike balance. You understand? Such that when you pick up your phone and you call your daughter, or she sees your eye, maybe let's say we have visitors at home and then they are misbehaving or they are doing a particular thing that you don't like, your eyeballs should speak. You have to train them to understand your body language. You must not shout. And I do that a lot, and I think they are learning. They are getting it right. So
yeah, I think I agree with you that we live in a time where our methodology should change. And I think that somehow, like our generation, some of us even have problem with authority because of the way we were raised when we were young. When you see your boss, you freeze because in your mind, he will scold me and everything. And then sometimes you find people in organizations, they're not able to speak up because they're afraid of the authority figure and all. Some of these things may have started from home. So like my regular recommendation, and as you are listening, is also my recommendation to you, that look for resources, begin to read, join parenting groups, join coaches and all, and learn ways, because there are many ways that you can get children to really understand us without using those methodologies that our parents used in those times. In those times, that was the resource they had, and it was okay. It worked. God helped them, and then it worked, right? So we are like improving and becoming a better version of our parents, so that our children will also improve on what we have done, and the journey continues. So we have been talking, listener, with Mr. and Mrs. Andrew Adejoh Abel, and they've been sharing with us their story, how they started, and how they have come so far. If you have any comments, you have any questions, remember that you can always leave them on the chat and we'll get back to you, we'll respond to you, answer your questions, and give you feedback on whatever thoughts you have shared. Now, don't go away. We'll be right back with it. We'll take a short break and we'll return in a bit.
Are you ready? It's a lifetime journey, as history is in the making. Guys, it's 72 hours of history. Meet our contestants. And our host, Mr. Tom. Follow this journey live on YouTube and Facebook at Bridge Afrique Magazine on the 21st of December by 4 p.m. for the live audition and eviction show. For advert placement, please call
Introducing Panaceaville, where love thrives and relationships flourish. Are you ready to embark on a journey of love and fulfillment? Our comprehensive programs are designed to help engaged and married couples build and maintain healthy relationships in their first decade. With our expert guidance, you'll learn the art of understanding and proper conflict management, creating emotional safety and deepening intimacy in your relationship. Join our group couple coaching, limited to 5 couples per group, where you'll learn practical conflict management tools and work through disagreements with ease. Discover the joy of a thriving relationship as you heal attachment injuries and enhance trust together. For couples at a crossroads, our intervention coaching program is the answer. We'll help you identify and tackle challenges at their roots, rekindling lost love, repairing past hurts, and creating a peaceful and stable future. Before you walk down the aisle, equip yourself with the knowledge for a successful marriage through our Before the Aisle course. Unlearn old patterns, develop practical money management skills, and foster an intimate, fulfilling bond. As a bonus, you'll be part of a supportive community with access to materials and continuous growth support. Choose Panaceaville today and unlock the secrets to a happy and lasting relationship. Remember, a fulfilling marriage is within reach for those willing to unlearn, learn, and relearn.
One family at a time.
Right, welcome back. This is Rings That Bind. You know how we do it. We do this every Thursday at 7 p.m. Nigerian time. So wherever you're joining us from, you're welcome to this episode of Rings That Bind. It is our last episode for the year 2023. By next year, we hope to bring more interesting and engaging conversation, and we hope that you will engage with us even more. We have been talking with an amazing couple, a couple whose story is beautiful and unique. Like every other love story, they've had uniqueness, they've had beautiful experience in their marriage, and they are sharing those experiences with us. They are none other than Mr. and Mrs. Andrew Adejoh Abel. And yeah, so let's get back into our conversation, sir and ma'am. I want to ask you, regularly when we have couples come into this studio, sometimes we ask them about their differences in terms of what they have experienced or how they express themselves. So let me give you an example. Some couples will say they have difference with punctuality. one person is very early and the other one is often late. So when they have to go somewhere, the one that is early is prepared and probably waiting for the other one and getting angry, or they've learned another way. Like one woman told us, she said, if her husband was not the one that was called to say this is when we are going, she would tell him an hour earlier that if they are supposed to go out by 10, she would tell him that the engagement is for 9, because she knows he will be an hour late. It's 9 o'clock, he will get up to go and start having his bath and all. Now, some other couples have shared with us and they said theirs is with neatness and organization. So the one person, like one of the women said, she's neat to the teeth. She arranges everywhere, keeps everything neat. Then immediately her husband enters into the bedroom or sits in the living room to do work and leaves, the whole place is disorganized and she has to come back and rearrange. Sometimes she has to remind him, I mean, look at your shoes, it's not supposed to be here. And also that's another difference we have heard. Now, we've also heard people who have told us about difference with emotional expression. One partner is more expressive emotionally. They show excitement, they show anger, sadness more readily than the other. The other person will like keep it in, process it, and then so you just see fragments of it, you don't see so much. So I want to ask you, what are some of the differences in personality you've noticed among the between the both of you?
Yeah, I would like to speak first.
Okay.
See, I noticed that whatever she's looking for, she will keep pressing until she gets it. I can't mention about so many words, whatever, name it, even if it is money. I just noticed that and I just took note of it and I had to rethink and then even put in writing. I discovered that whatever she's looking for, she'll keep pressing until she gets it. She doesn't get tired. There was a time we traveled to, and then she needed a POS. And then this one will tell her story, that one will tell her story. She kept on pressing until she get it. The money she needed to do the business, she kept on pressing until she get it. So she has this spirit of persistence. So she do persist a lot. Sometimes you need something from me, I will not rest until I get it. She knows that. So, but if she knows that I have this thing, I will not rest until I provide it. So sometimes I have this laissez-faire spirit. Sometimes I just look at it. God will bring it my way. I don't really press that hard. She's very good at that.
Well, does this annoy you sometimes when the both of you are supposed to be pushing and trying to get something? Then you are making all the effort, you are pushing, you're doing that, and it's like, don't worry, God will bring it in His time.
Several times, he used to do that very, very well. There's a day I told him, I need so amount of money. He said, hey, don't worry, it will come. I said, okay, I need this thing, now let's push. He said, no, I should just worry, don't worry, the money will come. And again, there's this thing that he normally do to me that I don't like back. Whenever I ask him for money, if I ask him, I need so amount, maybe 50,000 or 20,000 naira, my husband will cut it into 2 and give me half. So ever since I know, if I need 20,000, I will add it, so that in case he's cutting it, reducing it, to get the exact amount I want. That has been my issue.
Don't reduce it again. No, now that you've heard this, don't go back. I reduce it.
Well, so that in case if you're reducing it, I will get the exact amount that I'm asking for. So I know him for that. He does that, and it pisses me off.
Yeah, I think that this is something we share in common too. That persistence, that kind of stubbornness. I want this and I need to get it. So you're focused on it. You keep pushing until you get it. So sometimes my husband will say, "Babe, relax. Oh, you are impatient." Sometimes he tells me that, and I'm like, I want this thing. I don't know how, but I'm ready to push. Yes, man, you said something.
So that just it. That's right.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. I just wanted to know what differences exist, because I know that every couple that comes together, they have uniqueness, they have a lot of similarities, but they also have some places where their personality difference shows up, and being able to blend the two, being able to work with them is key to having a happy and fulfilling marriage. So looking back at your marriage all through the 10 years you've been married and even into your dating period, what is one thing that has stood out for you as a characteristic, that's your husband's characteristic or your wife's characteristic, that you've grown to love so much and appreciate about them?
Yeah, there's this she there's this thing I like, there's this character or this trait that I so much love about my wife. No matter what, she's always there for me. No matter what. And I mean no matter what, she's always there for me. She's been covering up when I messed up. Okay, there are times I'll mess up with my friends. There are relationships that you don't mess up with, or that you don't it. Sometimes I joke with such kind of relationship, and then my wife will amend it. There's a way she come in and then she will amend it such that the relationship will keep going. And some of these people, they are big shots that you are not supposed to toil with. But one way or the other, some people, they have seen what you have not seen, and then they tend to look down on you, and then I don't really like it, because I strongly believe that God is God that gives, and then I can get there. Then I will now mess up. But my wife, she will just intervene, and then there's a way she comes in and then amends the whole thing, and then it will look as if it never happened before. So she possessed that.
Wow, amazing. They say that men, yeah, you should. It's a beautiful characteristics. Yeah, beautiful characteristics. So I agree. Your head should really grow big, and you should feel good about this, because that's how we women help men. Women are kind of more relational. So even researchers say that men make more money when they have a good woman in their life, because what the woman does is that they bring relationship into business. So if he's doing business and he's thinking of just the business, she's thinking of, this is your customer that you've not seen for 5 months, and he is a faithful customer. Have you called him? Have you checked out to know what's happening? Or sometimes she's the one that will probably see him post something about his family and say, did you know that XYZ is celebrating his son's birthday today? Send him a message now, or she will send him the message. And that just makes the person feels, this person cares for me beyond business. And so they commit to do even more business. And many other areas, just like you mentioned, like coming in with wisdom to help seal all those kind of holes and cracks that would have spoiled the relationship. So amazing. Well done, Ma. Well done. Yes, sir.
Something recently, I had a problem with my younger brother, our last one. He misbehaved, and I needed to teach him a lesson. And then pressure was coming from my parents that I should just let go, I should allow him, and all of that. And then my wife had to come in such a way that she had to transfer money, because he's a student. She has to transfer money to the guy. And then she segmented the whole thing as if it never happened. To the point that my dad said, "Did you know that your wife sent money to Stephen?" And I was like, "When?" Said, so that had to soften my heart, and I just had to. So there's a way she do solve issues like that. And then
amazing. Yes, Ma. So over to you. What characteristic is it that your husband possesses that you've looked through the years, it has been there, and it's something you love and appreciate?
That should be his hustling ability. He knows how to hustle a lot. Any business that comes his way, he doesn't play with it. it can go to any extent to make that business done, and something must come in from that business. So it's a hustle. He hustle a lot because whatever business that comes his way. That
amazing.
Still is up to today.
Wow, amazing. And I'm sure that was one of the secrets that helps you navigate those challenging times, because he didn't sit and say, no work also, what do we do? I'm applying, nobody's answering. But even at that, he's still going out doing things that he doesn't even know how to do, and making income from that. That's amazing. It's really beautiful. Okay, so we have one more segment that we would have with you before you leave, and that segment is a fun segment. This one is, we'll ask you questions just for fun. How much you know about your partner's life and all. We will do that when we come back from this short break.
Knowing where to go is half of getting what you want. Bridge Afrique Magazine is the award-winning and globally respected publication for authoritative information regarding business potentials and opportunities in Africa of interest to China and beyond. Your business doesn't get to Africa if it's not on Bridge Afrique Magazine. We are the official magazine of Ethiopian Airlines. What are you waiting for? You can contact us +861 391894 3324 or follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn at Bridge Afrique Magazine, or check out our website bridgeafrique.biz. Your business is next in line. One love.
Bridge Afrique Magazine. We create.
Hello, my name is Nancy Oblete. I'm the head coach of Panacea Ville International. At Panacea Ville, what drives us is to help couples have a thriving relationship, a relationship that is harmonious and also gives them room to be accomplished in whatever endeavor they choose in the world. We do this by focusing on 3 major areas. First is to work with couples who have hit the road and are finding it difficult to agree on a lot of things. They've hit the rocks and are unsure of how to turn the tides in their relationship. We help them through our intervention coaching to come back to a place of fulfillment and happiness. Then we also work with couples in their first decade to ensure that they establish the fundamental principles that will carry them through their relationship and ensure that they are happy and fulfilled. Finally, we work with intending couples that are just coming into the marriage arena, to create and establish principles in their relationship so that they would have a fulfilling life together as a couple. So what are you waiting for? Join our community, begin to engage. There's a lot of learning happening here. Partner with us so that together we can make the world a better place, one family at a time.
All right, welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Rings That Bind. It holds every Thursday, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. We invite couples to share with us their experience, their marriage journey, what they have done to help them have harmony in their relationship, so that others can learn from their secrets and also imbibe it in their own relationship and have the success that they would desire to have from their relationship. And today our guests have been Mr. and Mrs. Andrew Adejoh Abel. They've been sharing with us amazing stuff from their lives. They've been open. They've been sharing with us some of their struggles, how they've handled it and all. And we are at the last segment. In this segment, we'll just be asking them questions for fun to know how much they know about each other's daily life and where they are right now as a couple. So we'll start with you, Ma. What's the color of your husband's toothbrush, his present toothbrush?
Orange.
Orange, is that true, sir?
Yes, she's right.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, sir. What's your wife's favorite color?
Favorite color. Let me go for pink.
Okay, let's
It's not pink. Oh.
I guess he assumes since they say women like pink, right? Blue. So her favorite color is blue. So now you know her favorite color is blue, not pink. Okay, Ma, what's your husband's best meal? The meal that you know that if you prepare, that day he will eat, even if he's not hungry.
Hey. Are you from? Do you know Oje? That's so. That's come.
Okay. Tuwo. Is this more? What kind of tuwo?
And this corn food, this corn, like the grind it.
Yes.
You understand? Cassava, like they mix it together. That's like semo.
Okay.
Vegetable soup. Okay. It's good to go.
Wow, amazing. So is that true?
Meat inside. It's good to go with it.
So, sir, we've gotten your number, right? We can dial it anytime. Is that true, sir?
Yeah, she's right. She's right.
Okay, amazing. So, final question to you. Who is your wife's favorite relative? Among all her siblings, her parents, who is that person that is closest to her from all of them?
He knows that one also.
It's Florence Ihunde.
Oh, is he
Miss
her brother?
Florence.
Is he her cousin?
Her sister.
Oh, it's her Florence. Oh, I thought you said Lawrence. Florence, right? Her sister. Is that true, ma? Florence is the closest.
My younger sister.
Yeah, okay, fantastic. Well done. Thank you for sharing your time with us. Thank you for coming on the show and teaching us from your experience. We appreciate the time. We know that time is money, so we value the time you spent with us and your willingness to be open, to share with us openly, to be honest. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. On behalf of the Rings That Bind team, we want to say thank you so much for doing us these honors.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate.
Yeah, so listener, that's how it has been on Rings That Bind today. We've learned so much. We've learned about standing in with our partners when things are not going as we planned, stepping up to the plate, doing what we need to do to keep our relationship going, working together as a team. We've also seen that we can have disagreements, but how we manage them will determine whether they pull us apart or keep us together. Our personalities are not always the same. Our perception of how we do stuff, like in the case of our couple today, how they raise their children, is not always on the same. They have differences about that, but how they talk about it, how they choose to find harmony is what determines whether you remain together as a couple or you are pulled apart by these differences. I hope you have been inspired today to work on your marriage and do the best that you can to keep that marriage going. And then don't forget, we are going to be having 72 hours of history from Bridge Afrique magazine. Is going to be happening this December. Auditions are starting from 21st December. Everything will be live broadcasted. So stick to the channels, especially to Bridge Afrique magazine, and you will be able to watch it all. You will see the inmates in the room, and the judges will be there. Winners will emerge, and all. It's going to be amazing. Now, this is this Unitide season. Ensure to have fun, spend time with family, do whatever that you know the both of you or you as a family love, so that you can connect in this season. Don't just spend time with others, but deliberately spend time as a family to grow together. You know that's one of the things we stand for on Rings That Bind. That's why we bring you this show, right? To help your family stay glued together. So as you prepare to go into the new year, plan together, pray together, spend time together, invest in your relationship. Use this holiday season to do things that pull you together so that you can enter the new year strong and ready to move. And in case you are struggling, in case you do not know how to move from where you are, remember that we are here and we offer support to help you to do that. You can reach us to get to know how you can benefit from the variety of programs we have for both married and intending couples that you can benefit from, learn from, and implement in your marriage to move you from where you are to where you desire to be. So I hope to catch you in the new year. I can't wait for 2024. I can't wait to see you again in 2024. Have a beautiful holiday. Enjoy the Christmas and see you in the new year. My name is Nancy Oblete on behalf of the Rings That Bind team. Bye-bye.